You're moving forward, making steady progress, and then a massive roadblock drops into your path that halts everything. The immediate human reaction to a collision like this isn't to look for a way around, it's to pull back. We feel the sting of the impact, and we instinctively look for a way to distance ourselves from that pain. That's when we reach for a psychological shield, the excuse. We blame the timing, the lack of resources, or the person next to us, anything that shifts the weight of the failure off our own shoulders. This shield feels like protection in the moment, but it's actually a trap. By convincing ourselves we aren't responsible for the stop, we give up the power to start moving again. The trap works in stages. It starts with stagnation, immediately freezing your momentum. From there, it moves to self-sabotage, lowering the ceiling of what you can achieve. Eventually, the excuse blinds you entirely, turning every potential lesson into a lost opportunity. Choosing the excuse doesn't just delay progress, it ensures the roadblock remains permanent. But imagine we go back to that same roadblock, and this time we refuse to use the shield. Without the excuse, you are left standing in front of a raw, unshielded failure. This is actually where the path begins. Every successful outcome is essentially a series of corrected failures, meaning the mistake itself is the primary source of information you need to move forward. When you look at a mistake without an excuse, you see it as a data point. Analyzing why the pillar fell tells you exactly where the structure was weak and what needs to be reinforced for the next attempt. To turn that data into progress, however, requires a specific set of internal mechanics to handle the pressure. The first component is a growth mindset. This belief means abilities aren't fixed. You aren't born with a set amount of skill. Your capacity can be developed through the process of failing and adjusting. That space allows for the second gear, resilience. Resilience acts as the emotional shock absorber. It allows you to take the impact of a setback, process the shock, and return to a functional state where you can actually use the information you've gathered. The final piece that sets everything in motion is persistence. This is the engine of repetition. It's what forces you to keep executing new attempts based on the failure data, even when the immediate result is another roadblock. When these three mechanics work in sequence, they convert the pain of a mistake into the momentum of an improvement. The choice comes down to this. You can use an excuse to hide your weaknesses, which keeps you safe, but keeps you exactly where you are. Or you can embrace the failure and expose those weaknesses so they can finally be repaired. Triumph isn't a stroke of luck or a clear path. It's a construction project where the foundation is made entirely of the mistakes you were willing to analyze. Swapping the excuse for this mechanical approach to growth gives you direct influence over where you end up. By refusing to sabotage your potential, you ensure every future setback isn't a barrier, it's the literal pavement for the next mile of